Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Happy Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. I hope you guys are ready to learn, to engage, and to grow each and every day in this wonderful industry that we know and love as funeral services. The title of today's episode is Don't Limp, Leap. Don't Limp, Leap. I got the title for today's episode as I've been gearing back into studying for the national board exams and, progressing in my other degree and in my other field and just becoming a better all around learner and individual. And there's some days where you're energized and you're excited and you're ready to go. And then, to be honest, like everybody else, there's some days where you're just really tired and you kind of have a little bit of fatigue, but you know what your ultimate goal is. And I have to remind myself that we're in this for the leap, not just to limp and just make it here and there and here and there and have those days where it's just fatigue and tired and you can't get anything accomplished. You have to put yourself in an environment and in a predicament where you can leap from anywhere, wherever you are, and you're not letting the tiredness of yesterday or the feeling of guilt or whatever you're feeling that day stop you from reaching that day's goals based off of yesterday's performance. And so the only way you can do that is if you have a platform where you're able to build off of and keep growing and keep putting yourself in environments that have order and structure and things of that nature so you can grow and leap off of wherever you're at in your life. And a lot of times we don't put ourselves in that safe place. We just are willing to just make it, just barely get there each and every day. And that's not a way that you want to live if you're trying to make big bounds of motion, especially in our industry where things change every day, every year, every week. Something new is happening, something new is changing, something new is evolving. So you have to be able to get out of that. I'm just going to try to make it till tomorrow. Because that will eat you up. That'll consume your time and it'll consume more energy from you living like that. You want to live a life where you can say, I'm well rested, I'm well equipped, I'm well educated. I have everything I need to make the leaps and the choices that I want to make in my life the right way, in the right time frame. Because in this industry, like any other, we all know that you do not have forever. So you have to use your time wisely. You have to stretch yourself. You have to exercise yourself. There's ways to get out of that limp mentality and that leap mentality. And the best way to do it in the beginning is to exercise, to move yourself, to push yourself to a new level. Maybe that's working later one night, even though in this industry that's common. Maybe that's going to the gym after work. Maybe that's going to the beach if that's what you need. Just something that can help get you off the ground in a fast rush so you can see not just the advancements that you're making, but you can see what's around you and the possibilities that are around where you're leaping from. If you're just limping, you can only see what's in your peripheral vision. You can only see what's around you in that moment. But if you're leaping, you have such a brighter and greater view of the world and of the possibilities that are around you each and every day. And I want this audience, I want the Millennial Mortician podcast to be a group of people who can see the future and they can see the potential because they're making leaps and bounds every day and they're getting stronger every day. And they're practicing and they're writing notes and taking notes from our episodes and they're applying it to their life and making it a lifestyle to be able to live and do and stay in this industry because it's high octane, high energy. It takes a lot. It's a very intense business. And I want us to be able to do this as long as we want to do it. But we can only do that if we're in the right space and we're in the right shape of mind and we have the right heart for it. So we have to exercise every part of us to make sure we can be efficient, funeral directors and efficient embalmers and funeral attendants and managers. You have to exercise yourself. And sometimes in the day-to-day, it makes it hard. But we're going to break out of that together each week. And I'm going to encourage you each week. And we're going to make leaps instead of limping. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Of course, I'm your host, Jaden Fowlkes. This is the Millennial Mortician podcast, a podcast that engraves. And I hope as things heat up around us, it engraves you in your life each and every week. Watch this together with your team for a little while, learn, take notes, and grow. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Stay tuned.